Ooh, had to get it in, people. Long day, but got to get in the daily devotion. 100 Days to Brave. We'd have made it through the first part of the book, which was brave enough to start. You were always meant to be brave. That was up to like day 5. Next section took us up through day 14, which was brave enough to be you. The planet just really needs you to be you, okay? Through yesterday, up through day 23, we finished up the next section, which was brave enough to believe God. He is who he says he is, I promise. That brings us to day 24. And then we are on a new section. Probably can't see it. Day 24. Well, our next section is brave enough to dream. It's the brave ones who choose to dream. Loving the journey so far. Again, our daily devotionals by Annie F. Downs, helping us to become our most courageous selves, become braver, gain more confidence so we can go out and be exactly who God intended us to be. So you can get the book, local bookstore, Amazon like I did, your local library, however you get it. Keep watching so we can do the journey together, okay? All right, let's get into day 24. Dream big. And while Jesus was at Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, as he was reclining at table, a woman came with an alabaster flask of ointment of pure nard, very costly, and she broke the flask and poured it over his head. There were some who said to themselves indignantly, "Why was the ointment wasted like that? For this ointment could have been sold for more than 300 denarii and given to the poor." And they scolded her. But Jesus said, "Leave her alone. Why do you trouble her? She has done a beautiful thing for me." That was Mark 14, chapter verses 3 through 6. Ever since third grade, my big dream was to teach school. I'm bossy by nature. Being a teacher is a great outlet for bossy people like me. Midway through my senior year at the University of Georgia, right before I began my student teaching experience, my campus pastor at the Wesley Foundation, Bob Beckwith, came to me with an opportunity. Wesley allows students to stay on after their senior year as unpaid interns, and Bob wanted me to be the women's ministry intern. My big dream of teaching was in view, and all I had to do was fill out the Wright County application and try to find a teaching job. On the other hand, interning sounded awesome. Many of my good friends were interning, including my best friend and roommate, and I had grown so much within that ministry that the opportunity to serve in return felt right too. But it was unpaid, and to intern at Wesley, I had to raise $15,000. $15,000. On a Saturday morning before Christmas break, I sat in a comfy chair and read Mark 14, verses 3 through 6. The woman with the flask of ointment gave everything she had to Jesus, her heart, her sacrifice, and 1 year's wages. I knew I was being asked to push pause on my big dream, to give up a year's wages as an offering to Jesus, to serve college students, and to minister to Jesus himself, what I now see as God's biggest dream for my life. I did end up being a school teacher for 5 years after that. It still amazes me how God's dream for me was so much greater than the one I'd been planning all along. Dream big. Be brave enough to believe that as much as you could want, God could give to you. We are meant to make a big impact on the planet, bigger than we could ever dream up on our own. Dream big. All right, our point that's brought out in today's devotion: God's dream for me was so much greater than the one I'd been planning all along. Our call to action tonight for Be Brave: list one or two really big dreams you have for your life. List one or two really big dreams you have for your life. Oh gosh. I mean, we all probably have some really big things out there. It's funny, people sometimes say, what's the biggest thing that you could think of or dream? And then you say whatever the thing is, and they're like, that's not even big enough. That's nothing for God. I know for me, I hope to buy a new house. Wow, I like said it out loud. I really haven't said that, but I do. That's a dream of mine, to buy another house. The one I'm in now that I bought with my husband, who unfortunately passed away some years ago, and I love it. It's just small, but it's paid for. So a big dream is to buy a new big house with a big old kitchen, lots of open space, maybe a pool. I don't swim, but I can have family and friends over that swim. My grandson swims. So that's a big dream for me. And again, that's one of the things I am expecting to be made manifest in my life. Y'all believe with me, okay? So leave a comment about what one or two of your really big dreams that you have for your life are. And then we can stand together and agree and believe God for them to come to pass. Okay? All right. That was our day 24. Dream big. Man, it's another thing going on, but I can't share it now. But I'm looking forward that as this journey continues, I'll get to share some more of some of the things that I'm feeling deep down in my spirit, things that's rolling on in my head, and things that I'm just looking forward to happening. So, day 24 in the books, into our next section, brave enough to dream. So let's continue to be brave enough to dream. Again, I don't read the devotions until I literally sit here to record it. So it's all brand spanking new for me, just as it is for you guys. So we'll see what day 25 holds for us for tomorrow. But until then, on this day 24, what we gonna do? We gonna dream big, and we gonna believe it and wait for it to come to pass. And more than believing it, we're gonna put some faith, some action behind that belief, and just wait for it to be manifested. All right, dream big. Until tomorrow, have a good night.